Hi everyone, welcome to this session on IPMAT form filling for IIM Rohtak. Okay, so the IIM Rohtak application form is already out yesterday night, and today we are going to understand how do we fill the application form without making any mistake, because this form, like other application form, is also very costly. So you cannot commit any mistake out there in the application form. And it's not just about the cost, because if you do any mistake, your application gets rejected. It means you'll have to wait for a year for the same examination. So I'm sure you don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to help you understand step by step how to fill the application form for IIM Rohtak IPM program for the batch 2631. This form will also take into consideration just in case you are looking for admissions to the integrated program in law at IIM Rohtak. So there is a 5-year integrated program in law as well as available in the IIM Rohtak. So you can apply through this. In the entrance test, you will have an additional paper. You can also apply through the CLAT registration number. So just in case you want to know about that. So primarily the focus is on the IPM application itself. And remember, this examination, the IPMAT, which is conducted by IIM Rohtak, is for IIM Rohtak itself actually. So I have already done a session. I've already done a form filling on the IPMAT application form for IIM Indore, which will be also used by other IIMs in the country, now including IIM Sambalpur, because they are moving out of CUT and they are also going to consider IPMAT by IIM Indore for their admissions to the program BS in Management and Public Policy. So with that note, let me go ahead and start filling the application, help you understand how to fill this application form, which is for IIM Rohtak. So of course, for any application form to begin with, we have to go to the homepage, the website of the respective institution, and that's what we will do for the IIM Rohtak as well. So the website for IIM Rohtak is iimrohtak.ac.in, and this is how the home screen will look like. You don't have to scroll anywhere. On the top itself, you'll see the news announcement section, and you'll see registration open for IPM AT 2026, IPM/IPL admission 2026. All you have to do is simply click on this link, which is given there in the news announcement section. Once you click on the link, a new page will open up. In fact, it will take some time to load up. You'll see the scroll there in terms of percentages. Once that is done, once it is 100% achieved, you'll see this on your screen. So that you'll have important instructions which will mention about what kind of browser to use, which means basically you have to use an updated browser for the application form. They have given the help desk contact details in case you have any issues, or for in future as well. For this particular application, for this particular examination, they have given the help desk number over here. They have also given the help desk email ID as well. Okay, so this is for the concerned authority which is going to conduct the examination. They have created this unique credential for the students so that in case of any issues, they can seek help over here. So what we'll do is we'll close this, and then another pop-up will appear, which is about the privacy notice, because they are taking your credentials, how they are going to use that, your name, your date of birth, your email ID, your mobile number, how they are going to use that. That is what they are presenting over here. So all we have to do is simply click here, which is I agree. You have to agree to these conditions to move ahead. You simply click I agree, and then your first step of the application process begins, which is registering for the application process. So the initial stage, the first stage is application. It's is not the application detail, but it is the registration which you have to complete. Once you complete the registration, you'll get your roll number, and you'll be receiving details about the same on your mobile number as well as email, which you'll provide for the during the registration period. Registration is quite simple, in fact smaller steps than IIM Indore itself. So all you have to do is type your name over here, name of the candidate, The instruction remains the same. Your name should be entered as per your class 10th certificate. Okay, so remember, you have to type your name as it appears on your class 10th certificate. I spoke about this last time as well. There are certain states, like if I talk about Maharashtra, in 10th it is the way you see it, your first name and the last name. But in 12th they first type the last name, the surname, and then they type the middle name and the first name. So here the instruction is also very clear, and it is there on the form itself. Candidate's name should entered as per class 10th certificate. So just type your name over here. Use the calendar icon over here to select your date of birth. Okay, so you know you are eligible or not. You use the calendar given over the calendar icon and you select your date of birth. Then from the category, the drop down, you can select your social category, which means whether you belong to general category, you belong to non-creamy layer OBC category. If you are not a non-creamy layer OBC category student, then you will select general category, because you will treat it as general category only. The reservation benefits in terms of OBC category extended only to those who belong to the non-creamy layer. At the same time, let me remind the students who belong to the NC OBC category and EWS category, the economically weaker section category, you must get your certificates renewed on 1st of April. So you must submit your application to the respective authority, because these two are income based. So it changes every year. A new certificate is issued every year. Unlike the students belonging to SC and ST category, you have to get your certificates renewed every year if you still fall in that category. And during the time of admission, that would be required. Okay. So, but right now, select your category, whether you belong to general, NCOBC, EWS, SC, or ST category over here. Then you have to type your email address for correspondence. Please be careful, whatever email ID you put here, you have to retype the email ID. Basically, it's a confirmation you are not doing any mistake. From the drop down, you will select nationality as Indian. So that's very, very important. From here, you'll select the nationality. Then country of residence, of course, becomes India over here. For others, accordingly, you will select. You have to type your mobile number. You have to confirm your mobile number. Okay, so you have to type your 10-digit mobile number, and you have to retype your 10-digit mobile number over here. Okay, and then certain instructions are given over here that those students who are appearing for their class 12 board examination in February, March will have their results by the end of June. They are also eligible to apply, and those who have passed last year as well, they are eligible to apply. Okay, next step is to generate the OTP. So the mobile number which you have submitted, you'll get an OTP. Simply click on generate OTP, and once you receive the OTP, type the OTP, validate. Validation के बाद what you have to do is you have to sign here the declaration, which means you have to click the checkbox here, and you have to agree that whatever information you have provided so far is true, and remember, this will not be changed. Okay, then you type the captcha over here and submit. So that's complete. That this steps complete the registration process. Okay, so your registration process is completed over here. You simply do that. Then you will get your user ID as well as password on your registered email ID and mobile number. Now you can do here, you can stop, you can come back later, you can complete your application. It's a very simple application form, so I would suggest you go ahead and complete the process. So whenever you take out 15 minutes, that's good enough to complete the application process. All you need is a photograph, scan copy of your signature, which you have already created for the IPMAT IIM Indore examination, in case you have already done that. And your class 10 certificate, 12 certificate have to be uploaded in case you have passed your class 12. Okay, so close this and you'll see the form, the page look like this. So it will have your personal details which you have given as part of the registration process now appearing on the screen. You'll see the application number allotted to you. You'll see your name, your date of birth, your category, your nationality, the mobile number which you entered, the email ID which you entered, your country, and the declaration which you signed will come over here. Now what next is to be done is to simply click here, go to application. Okay, so the next step is to complete the application form by clicking over here, go to application, and you'll see your application form now open. It starts with the personal details to be filled. Your application number is pre-filled, your name is pre-filled, your date of birth is pre-filled. You have to type your father's name, you have to type your mother's name. From the drop down, you have to select your gender, male, female, or transgender. So whichever is applicable, you select here through the drop down. Okay. They have also asked you a question, and some of you may get surprised, but I'll tell you the reason why they have asked this question. This question is about your marital status, married or unmarried. Why they are asking this? Of course, you may wonder that, oh God, I'm not even 18. Why they are even asking this question? The reason is for the integrated program in law, which you can give here your consent if you want to apply. For the integrated program in law, there is no age limit. In fact, law programs in India do not have an age limit. That is the reason they are simply asking, are you married or unmarried? Okay. So for all of you, I do understand it will still be unmarried. So you will select unmarried over here, unless the case is different, by the way. So category is appearing over here, pre-filled. Your nationality is appearing over here, pre-filled. So the first part, which is personal detail, you have to type your father's name, mother's name. You have to select gender from the drop down, and you have to tell them about your marital status, married or unmarried. Then comes the contact detail. But before that, you'll see in the contact detail, your mobile number is pre-filled, your email ID is pre-filled. Now here, they're asking you your alternate mobile number and alternate email ID, which means now in case you have two numbers, that's okay. Otherwise, I would recommend here, give one of your parents' credentials. So one of your parents' email ID and mobile number should be given over here. This is just more like a backup actually. So you have to now provide an alternate, a second mobile number and a second email ID. Okay. Then the question is about the disability details. So for the students who belong to the PWD category or physically handicapped category, if you are if you are from the category, you will select yes from the drop down. Yes or no is asked over here. Are you physically handicapped? You select yes in case it is applicable. Then you have to select the type of disability over here. Okay, so the drop down will appear, and through the drop down you'll select what is your type of disability. Okay, then do you require wheelchair support at the test center? Whatever is applicable, yes or no. That will of course depend on your disability. Would you be using a scribe for the test? Yes or no, as the case may be. Remember, the rule for the scribe is very simple. The scribe should be less qualified than you, which means now you are in class 12, the scribe should be in class 11th or maybe class 10th. The scribe should not be more qualified in terms of education. Okay, so this is for the students who belong to the physically handicapped category. So disabled details are to be provided. For others, simply select drop down as no and move on to the address details, which is providing the communication address details. You type your address over here. The country is pre-filled. State has to be selected from the drop down. Then once you select the state, then you can select your district, because only after you have selected the state from the drop down, the district will get populated. You type the name of the city you reside in, you type the pin code. Now your permanent address is same, then click yes. You do not need to type everything once again. But if your permanent address is different, you select no over here and you type your address once again, which is about your permanent address. Okay. Once you have done that, the question is, would you like to apply for integrated program in law? So IIM Rohtak, as I told earlier, also has a 5-year program of law immediately after class 12. So in case you wish to apply, then you can select yes. You don't want to apply, you can select no. If you select yes, the fee will also change. And at the same time, you have to understand that in the paper, you'll have to attempt a legal aptitude section as well. Okay. So that's the first part, which is about the personal details. Once you are sure that every detail, so just scroll, check every detail has been filled perfectly and they are correct, click on save and next. On the screen, a pop-up will appear, data saved successfully. Then we move on to the next stage, which is providing details about your past academic records first. So past academic records here would be class 10th. For some of you, it would be class 12th, just in case you are a retaker or you have taken a drop and you are appearing for the first time. So the first thing is you have to submit, you have to furnish details about your class 10th. So it begins with percentage of marks up to 2 decimal places. But before you get confused, because despite me telling about the same in the last video when I did it for the IIM Indore, we get a query that I've already submitted using best of 5. In IIM Indore, it was aggregate case. In IIM Rohtak, it is best 5, not best of 6, best of whatever it is. It is best 5. So if you have only 5, you'll provide details for the 5. If you have more than 5 papers in your board examination, the best 5 scores can be submitted over here. Maths or something like that is not mandatory. Now, please understand, here you have to have your mark sheet ready because they are asking you details for each of these subjects. So before you start the IPM Rohtak application form, keep your mark sheet handy, because for every subject you have to type the maximum marks, you have to type the marks which you have obtained. Okay, so you have to type about details about all the 5 subjects. But remember, the percentage of marks obtained in class 10th and 12th standard would be calculated based on the aggregate marks of best 5 subjects that appear in the mark sheet, irrespective of the board regulation. Okay, if in case it is grades, convert that into percentages. Your school can help because they have the norms available. So here, fill in the percentage. Here you have to select from the drop down the name of the education board, CBSC, ICSC, like that. Okay, then you have to type the name of the institution, the school where you studied, the junior, the name has to be typed, and in which year you completed. Now, I know for most of you it is going to be 2024, but for some it could be even 2023. Okay, so once you have submitted these details, you have to also furnish your subject wise marks over here. So from the drop down, you can select whether it is in terms of marks or grade, and accordingly you'll go ahead, the form will open up and you'll have to fill in your details. For every subject, you will type over here and you will fill in your marks. So once you select marks, here you will see your window, maximum marks obtained, marks, maximum marks for the paper. So 100, how much you obtained, 5 subjects. It will auto calculate here the percentage of your class 10 score. Okay, once that is done, you move to class 12 detail, irrespective whether you are appearing for the board exam or not. Now, the first question is, have you completed standard 12 HSC diploma? Whatever applies, yes or no. If you select no, which means you are about to appear for your board examination or you have already started giving your board examination, then you select course type, whether it is a class 12 or a 3-year diploma after class 10th. You select your stream. Once you select here any of the choices here, 12th or equivalent or diploma, you'll have to also provide, form will repopulate, and you'll have to provide details about the board of education, CBSE, ICSE, from the drop down, whatever it is, name of the school, college, and the month and year of commencement. Remember, it is month and year of your class 12th commencement. Kab class 12 शुरू हुआ था तुम्हारा, तो it would be सॉरी क्लास ये जो 12th के डिटेल्स हैं वो कब शुरू हुए थे वो यहाँ पे सबमिट करने होंगे. So once you do that, basically it would be mostly March 2025 in most of the cases, so that you have to do that. Okay, now once you have done that, then you simply click. अब ये this is applicable for the students who are appearing for the board examination. Those who are appearing, those who have already completed their class 12 board, they'll have to furnish subject wise details. Okay, so you have to furnish subject wise details, maximum marks and everything. The percentage gets auto calculated. Once you have done that, simply click save and next, and we move on to the next part of the application form, and we are almost at the end. Now you have to select exam city preference, in which city you want to give the exam. Now, your own city of residence may be the exam city, or it may not be actually. For example, those who are from Delhi NCR, Gurugram is not an option. Ghaziabad, Noida comes as one single option. So if you select that as first, you can be given any city. Delhi is one single option. Across Delhi, you can get sent up. Gurugram is not an option. Next is closest is Faridabad kind of. Similarly, there would be cities which are your city of residence, but you are not. You'll find not listed over here. So you'll pick up the closest one over here as preference 1, the second closest preference 2, the third closest as preference 3. The 3 cannot be same, wo apply hi nahi hoga. So once you have done this, you simply click save and next and move on for your upload uploading of the documents. So you have to upload your passport size photograph, you have to upload scan copy of your signature, you have to upload scan copy of your class 10th mark sheet. Because in the application I showed that I'm appearing for the class 12th examination in March June in the coming year, this year itself. So it is not asking me for 12th, but if you show it that you have already completed your 12th, it will ask your class 12 certificate details as well. Your fee will appear, whatever fee is applicable based on the category, that will appear on the screen. Before you make the payment, you have to sign this declaration. I hereby declare that the information provided is correct. I agree. You fill in the captcha. You must preview the form that every information is correct, or you can edit at this stage. But once you click on submit, you will not be making any edits. So what will happen in that case? Once you click submit, only option you will get is to make the payment. Okay. So just ensure that you preview your application form before you hit the final submit button and make the payment. Okay. Please understand. So it is question is, it is not showing 2025 for commissioning points class 12. It means the question they have given over here is should have been when did your class 11 12th actually started. So you select 2024 and the month. Now in some cases it would be April, in some cases it would be June, July. Okay, so whatever it is, it doesn't matter, select 2024. Okay, so that's how it will work over here. The question should have been framed that way, standard 12 equivalent year of commencement, because we are talking about 12th. So now they are considering 11th and 12th over here. So simply select when did your class 11 start. Okay, so that's a simple application form, not complicated. It will take 15 minutes. The last date to apply for the exam is 6th of April. The exam is scheduled on 10th of May from 9 a.m. So you may submit it later, but my suggestion would be do it right away before your board exams start, so that this gets completed. ठीक है, काम है, complete करो, आगे बढ़ो, चुपचाप exam दो, पढ़ाई करो, and then once your board exams are over, go for your full throttle preparation for the IPM examination. So that's a simple application form, and I hope now you have understood how to fill the application form. Just go ahead and complete that. All the best for your board examinations.